As some of you may know, it has been my dream to be a digital nomad for the past 8 years, and this year I was finally able to actually try it out. So I actually do quarterly reviews in my journal for myself, and I don't usually do like 6-month reviews, but I thought this would be a good time because it is halfway through the year, which I cannot believe. And because my goal on this channel is to share my entire journey with you all, that's why I want to make this video. So I left Vancouver on February 7th, and it has been exactly 6 months since I left home. Oh yeah, I'm looking at my notes right here so I don't go astray. I guess also I want this to be like a mid-year reflection. So first I want to share with you what my goals were. This is what I wrote at the beginning of 2023 in January, which I also shared in my I finally blew up video. So the first thing is I have a mortgage by December 31st, and I have not started on that at all. The second goal is I am making $8,000 to $20,000 per month by December 31st, and I am not there yet, but I will get there by the end of this year, I know it. And then the third goal is I have lived outside of Greater Vancouver for 4 months, digital nomading. So yes, I have achieved that one. And my overall theme for this year that I wrote at the beginning of this year is look within. It's like my phrase of the year, because in the past couple of years, I actually got a lot of coaching. And so at the beginning of this year, I really thought, you know what, I actually have a lot of tools and I have a lot of methods for working through things and setting goals and working towards my goals and overcoming issues and stuff like that. So I told myself that I wouldn't get any kind of a coach to help me with my mindset. Like I feel like I have all the tools I need to work on my own mindset. But I did say that it's okay for me to get a coach if I want to do brand deals or like more strategy wise stuff, not mindset, but strategy wise. And also if I need therapy, then that's okay too. And I think reflecting on the past 6 months, I have really looked within for a lot of the challenges that I have gone through, and I'll talk more about my challenges later. Oh, I would love to know if you guys have a phrase of the year or a theme of the year. Put it in the comments. I would love to see. Okay, and something else that I wrote at the very beginning of this year is a wouldn't it be cool if in 2023. And then I have like a whole page of things that I think would be cool. So some that I wrote were, I got some brand deals that really align with me. So I did visit Beijing with my mom. I did that. Make money while lying on the beach. That did happen because I made Etsy sales while I was lying on the beach. And yeah, I'm earning money from YouTube ads. So I guess, yeah, that is me earning money while lying at the beach. I could feel 100% confident in crop tops and bikinis. I didn't wear a bikini this year, but I am wearing crop tops. And actually you might think that I've always been wearing clothes like this, but actually it wasn't until like last fall that I decided I'm gonna enter my hot girl era, because I just didn't like the way I was dressing at that time. And so last year, it was just like not even 1 year ago when I decided that I'm gonna start wearing crop tops and being comfortable wearing crop tops. And yeah, throughout this whole 6 months of me traveling, like it has been so hot everywhere I go, and I have been wearing crop tops. I also had to buy more high-waisted stuff, so I did that too. Another one is I could visit Leo in Vietnam, and Leo is my good friend, and yeah, I finally did that. I did do a subscribers meetup, so I want to go over the highlights, the lowlights, and the learnings that I've had in the past 6 months. The first highlight is I could finally live out my dream, which is to have a digital nomad lifestyle. Oh yeah, and if you're wondering, I don't think, like I never wanted to be a digital nomad forever. I think ideally for me, I would spend half the year being a digital nomad and then half a year at home, because I really love the summers in Vancouver, and I would just go travel when it's cold and raining in Vancouver. And another part of that digital nomad dream that I had from 8 years ago was I didn't want to just be a digital nomad and make money online and travel. I really wanted my work to be impactful, like something that could really make a difference in the world. And I felt like I have done that this year through this YouTube channel. Oh yeah, another one of my highlights, which I guess this goes into the next highlight, is I actually met a lot of my subscribers. I would say in these 6 months and like traveling to a bunch of countries in Asia and Southeast Asia, I've met at least 10 of my subscribers, which was so fun. And just seeing that, wow, like my videos are actually helping real people and it's making a true impact and it's inspiring inspiring people to work on things that they've always wanted to do. This is like what makes me really happy. So a highlight was definitely meeting subscribers, but also meeting other digital nomads and reconnecting with my old friends that I knew from before, but they live in Asia and I usually don't get to see them. So reconnecting with old friends, meeting more people, and also meeting like people that I was friends with on Instagram, but then I never met them in real life. That was also really, really fun. The next one is reaching 10,000 subscribers. And I know right now I'm at 36,000, but for me, reaching 10,000 was a huge goal of mine, and it was a really, really big milestone. Oh yeah, this year I'm trying to get to 100,000 subscribers. So if you find my content useful, please share my content with your friends. And also like this video, comment below, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. But I think most people watching this video have subscribed. Another highlight was I finally got to do some brand deals, which has been a dream of mine. So you may have seen that HubSpot sponsored a couple of my videos, and for me this was so exciting because I was using HubSpot's resources for a really, really long time, like their freebies and their blog posts. Like they have so many educational resources that are free, and so when they reached out to me, I was so excited because I really think what they're doing with their free resources and their blog, it's amazing for people who want to learn how to run a business. And right now I'm also talking to a couple more companies, so stay tuned for more of those. Another highlight was visiting my grandpa and my relatives in China. I'm still here right now. I've been here for about 2 months, and this was definitely a highlight because I haven't seen them for so long. Like the last time I came back was in 2020, January, right when COVID started in China. And like I came here, it was supposed to be a month's trip, but after 5 days, like I went back to Canada because COVID was starting. So it's so nice to not just spend like a couple days or like a month here. I'm actually spending a couple months here, and it's been so good just to like be here and be present and chill with family. Another one, which I'll talk more about in a later video, is that I right now am trying to work 4 to 5 hours a day on weekdays. And this has been my dream for a long time. Like I've always wanted to have a lifestyle where I can travel and I'm working on my business, but I'm only working on my business like I think ideally like 3 to 5 hours a day. And for the past month, I have been trying to work 4 to 5 hours a day, and it's been so good. So low light. So even though right now I am living my dream, there were some things that were not good, but I mean, still overall, I'm like very, very happy. So a low light was when I was traveling. Okay, I kind of feel guilty for saying this, but when I was traveling, I was super fatigued because I was like just doing so much and going out all the time and meeting so many people. Like I think it's a good problem to have, but I was so fatigued and burnt out. I didn't have my routines and stuff. Another one was I did get COVID while traveling, and I lost some money because I had to cancel some flights and like accommodation. So that made me really, really bummed out, but it was okay. Like I'm fully recovered now. So yeah, it's whatever. Another low light is my Etsy performance has not been so good the past few months. It's just been so. It's like doing okay, but I really thought that it could do better. So I'm still working on my Etsy. Okay, and I would say the biggest low light was in these last 3 months, I have been working on a personal issue that I have had for more than 10 years. In the last 3 months, the conditions that I have are really right for me to work on this issue. And also because I'm trying to work less, I'm not going out as much, I'm not meeting so many people, like I have more energy to work on things that I've always wanted to work on. So especially in the past couple of weeks, there's this one thing that I have been trying to work on. And yeah, I would say it is trauma that I've had from the past that I am working on, but it's like really, really hard. And sometimes it has been really mentally draining. And I know that if I can get past this issue that I've had for like years and years and years, I know I will have so much more energy for my business and just life in general. So yeah, it's a low light because it's really, really hard for me to work on this thing, but I think like in the long term, this is really, really good for me. So moving on to learnings, and I think these are in no particular order. I think these are all important. So the first thing is routine is everything. When I was traveling for the first 3 months, I basically didn't have my routines. I wasn't like doing the regular stuff that I was doing, and I felt so off balance with everything. But since coming to visit my relatives, like I've been on my routine, like running most days in the morning, reading on most days, journaling most days, maybe half the days, and also like waking up at the same time and sleeping at the same time every single day. Another learning is don't give your focus to negative people or negative comments. And for me this year, as I've gotten bigger, there has been a lot more negativity, but I think it's totally normal that when your audience gets bigger, there's just more stuff to deal with, and sometimes that stuff is negative. So what I've really learned this year is like, just don't put your focus on it. Don't even like give it your energy. Okay, this one is more of like a confirmation, but it's also like a learning. It's like I learned that this thing is true. I always knew that I loved traveling because I loved meeting people and connecting with people, and it's my favorite part about traveling. And I think in these last 6 months, I have met so many people, which made my heart so full, and I felt so fulfilled, like just connecting with my old friends, subscribers, new people that I've met, and it has been so fun. This is my first big trip since before COVID started, so I think in the last 3 years, I feel like I forgot about this part of me. But now that I've like traveled a lot and met so many people, I'm like reminded again of how much I love doing this. Okay, another confirmation that I had was when my YouTube got bigger and I started traveling and living like a digital nomad and meeting people and just working on my online businesses, I just knew that this was meant for me. Like I always knew that I wanted to do something like this and be creative and be my own boss and have freedom and flexibility. But now that I've actually had 6 months of me doing this, it just feels so right. Like I'm just so happy. If you watch my other video about me having this dream for 8 years, I explained that I really wanted to be a travel blogger before so I could share my experiences, make money online, and also travel. And now that I have made it, I can truly confirm to myself that yes, this wasn't just some fantasy dream that I had, because I knew that it would take me a while to get here, but 8 years later, I'm here, and I think all the struggles that I went through, they were so worth it. And then another one is, even though right now my income is not where I want it to be, like right now at this moment, I'm so grateful that there's always so much abundance around me. Even though I feel like my income is not that abundant yet, there have been so many times in the last 6 months where people have offered me rides, a place to stay, helping me with things because I don't speak the language, and people giving me gifts. So I have felt super abundant, and I don't want to forget that. If my income is not where I want it to be, my life can still be super duper abundant because of what I have around me. Oh my god, I'm so hot right now because I turned off the air conditioning. So I am going back to Vancouver at the end of September. Oh, I do want to do some subscriber meetups in Vancouver. I'm also going to Toronto for a friend's wedding. And once I get home, I'm super excited to keep working on my business, because when you live with relatives, it's sometimes hard to work because sometimes they want to go out, sometimes they're noisy. Like right now, they are all napping and I'm filming during their nap. I have like new business ideas that I want to work on, but I feel like I can only focus on the new ones when I'm back home. Yeah, so for now until then, I'm going to do my 4 hours a day of work, enjoy life, work on that personal issue that I have, be present with family, and just like take it easy and enjoy the rest of the traveling. So I know in this video I talked about goals a lot, and I wanted to share like a mindset that I have about goals that I heard on a podcast, and it's that the point of setting goals, it's not actually to reach the goal, but it's actually about who you become in trying to achieve that goal. So I know the 3 goals that I shared that I made at the beginning of the year, I have accomplished one of them, and most likely I will accomplish one more, but I'm not going to be bummed out if I don't accomplish all 3, because I think by me having these goals, like it's all about the journey, and I am becoming a better person because I have this goal and because of the things that I'm doing in order to achieve that goal, and the mindset shifts and the learnings that I've had to be able to be that person who can reach those goals. So I actually love making these kinds of videos. I think if I could, I would just make videos about like personal development and not about business. So let me know in the comments if you want to see more videos like this. Hopefully one of my videos like this will blow up in the future, and then I can make more videos like this. But right now I'm trying to find a balance between like pleasing the algorithm and like doing what I actually want to do, because I feel like these kinds of videos are the ones that really get me excited, and these are the ones where I'm actually sharing my experience of growing as a person, and I think this is truly my dream. And hopefully these kinds of videos help you to pursue your dreams and to feel inspired and to feel motivated. If I could have one video on my channel blow up, it would be this video where I talk about how I achieved my dream. So do me a favor, watch this video next until the end, like, comment, and hopefully this video goes viral because I love making these kinds of videos.